who are our special guests today, all of our special guests. These are people who have contributed to to you as members, to our credit union, by providing services that are additional to what we provide. The first person I'd like to introduce is our external auditor. You don't see much of him except at the annual meetings, but we do. Alan De Leon. Please stand. Thank you. And then we have two people from what used to be Financial Network Investment Corporations, now called Saterha. I'd like both of them to stand, please. Freddie Telleria and Rick Pajeski. Thank you very much for coming. I'd like to introduce to you Amy Kokenauer Bittencourt, who's the COO of the National Cooperative Business Association. Little detail, she's also a member of our credit union. I just found that out. So that makes sure. Thank you, Amy. From one of our partners, that's in a credit union that's similar to ours, from the United Nations Federal Credit Union Financial Advisors, Steve Ryson, if you would stand, please. And as I'm sure many of you are aware, we're now being able to offer international life insurance. This is a new partnership with Clements Partner Solutions, and we have three persons from their organization with us today. And I'd like to ask that they stand. Dante Disparte, Andres Franzetti, and Noah Skillen. Thank you. And I don't know if Homolo and Chela Sanz are here. Did they get here yet? No. And Dave Fabrega, she was former credit union member, staff member. Thank you for coming. Thank you again, all of you that have come to be with us for our annual meeting. The first thing on our agenda is to read the minutes from our 49th annual meeting, which should have been, you should have received, and they're on a unforgettably orange kind of piece of paper. I hope you've had a chance to take a look at these, a read besides the look. I'd like to give you maybe 2 or 3 minutes to breeze through to see if there's anything that anyone may want to correct or object to or whatever. So let's take 2 minutes. Okay, if there's anyone that would like to make a suggestion, a comment, an edit, we have a microphone here in the center, or they can just raise their hands and tell us. Are there any corrections, critiques, edits for the minutes from our 49th annual meeting, which was last year? Okay, seeing none, is there a motion to accept the minutes? Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you. All those in favor say aye. There you go. Thank you. Opposed? Nay. Okay, thank you all very much. I'd like to ask Amy to come say a few words. We are very close and becoming closer with the National Cooperative Business Association. We as an institution, credit union, as you know, all you know, credit unions are co-ops, financial co-ops, and there is this National Association for all cooperatives, business cooperatives. And so one of our credit union colleagues has gone to the National Association, and we've asked Amy, who is the COO, to say a few words to you today before we in our program. Thank you.
Thank you, Casey. And Carlos, thank you for asking me to be here, and it's so great. First of all, because I'm a member, and it's my first meeting, yay, of the credit union. So, and let me tell you, since I joined NCBA CLUSA a year and a half ago, I was very proud of the fact that I could say I was a member of two cooperatives. One was this one, and REI. So I had the creds in order to work at NCBA. So I always tout my membership here. But I send greetings on behalf of Mike Bell, who is our CEO and a huge credit union fan and longtime credit union supporter. And it's been a great opportunity for me to learn about the credit union world and also how credit unions fit into the overall cooperative business model. So it's great to be here, and I just wanted to say a couple things. One is it's so great to see the cooperative principles at work here in terms of democracy, open membership, and also concern for community. And some of you may know that NCBA represents the cooperative sector in the United States, all 30,000 or so cooperatives ranging from housing to electric co-ops, food co-ops, agricultural co-ops, and credit unions. But also, many people don't know that we actually work with cooperatives around the world in 15 countries implementing projects for social and economic progress of very vulnerable populations. So really, you are a part of a worldwide cooperative movement that touches over 1 billion people around the world. And we just celebrated the International Year of the Cooperative in 2012. And so it's great to see you all here exercising your cooperative membership. And also, I send greetings on behalf of my colleagues, and thank you very much. And I wish you the best for a cooperative and productive annual meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. One of the things you'll probably notice is most of us up here and all the staff are kind of smiling because we have had a very nice year. And we want to share some of that, or I'd like to share some of that. But before I do, there's a lot of information for you in our annual report, which we produce every year. And this year it is online. So if you would visit our website, you will be able to see the beautiful, still visually nicely laid out annual report where you can get some specific data on our financials, et cetera, and some of our programs. But I'd like to just highlight a few because this year, as you know, many of you know, we did have some special programs to celebrate our 50th year. And this year, in terms of the global economic situation, we know that it's slowly, hopefully, getting better. Our growth has been steady in an upward way. We are at 158 million total assets this year, soon to be 160. So we're very proud. In most categories, this means we're a medium-sized federal credit union. Our membership, which is the number of the people, not the number of accounts, but the number of people, continues to increase, and it's at 5,521. And this includes you as members, your family members, and people in our other organizations, our SEGs. So we want to let you know that this number is also increasing as we do business. We are constantly trying to serve you better, and one of the ways we try to do that is by embodying our core values in the service, particularly all of the staff, but the volunteers also. Our first core value, if you will, is financial stability, and certainly those numbers reflect where we are going with our financial stability. But this year, we also have been we've given attention to try and provide you as members with more webinars, more seminars, and more information. So we're always open to hearing from you on how we can do better, but we feel that this also helps you make wiser financial decisions. We also have this year finally gotten a very major step forward with the ACH, which is the Automated Clearinghouse. And we hope that you have taken a look at our at the website and gone online banking, and you will see a number of options that we have for you. And this is a major step forward for all of us. In terms of our service excellence, we can thank our staff for that, but we are trying to provide, as I said before, more and more products. So we had loans, we have different kinds of seminars and programs, and again, we are open to hear more about that from you. One of the things I'd like to remind all of us is that we are open one more hour. We have an extended service by telephone. So while the office is physically closed at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, telephone service is available until 3 p.m. This year we welcome 2 more SEGs, which are Selected Employee Groups, which is an organization. These are organizations that are approved by NCUA, first by us and then NCUA, whose members of those organizations can become members of our federal credit union. Thus, those people, many of them, hopefully many, on the webcasting, maybe from Costa Rica, ICA, the American Court of Human Rights, et cetera. They're members of or have the ability to become members of the credit union once they're a SEG. Our staff, I think one of the things that we all agree, the core of our ability to provide meaningful services and products is the high quality of our staff, and they try to be responsive to your telephone calls, your emails, and one of the things that I find fascinatingly wonderful of our staff is that they certainly do follow through, care about us. And I had a situation last week where one of the staff called me because they noticed something was a pattern wasn't going well or needed to be talked about in my aging father's account, and I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Trustworthy and reliable environment. Now, this is a biggie because it could be all the way from the Federal Reserve or, the euro. But this year we are going to hone it down to, have you been using your telephone to do banking transactions? We have very fully installed mobile banking for you now. And you can go on our website, so please take advantage of it. We encourage you to do that, and you can get the app from the website. And any questions, of course, you can call staff. Our online banking, if you go to the site, you'll notice a lot of different, and I guess you had to do that for the voting purposes. You probably, I don't know if you noticed, there's a lot of new tabs up there. And I just want to call your attention to one. There's a whole lot you really should investigate. For example, now we can make the transfer tab. We can transfer money from our own accounts. We can transfer money from our account to somebody else that's a member of the Federal Credit Union. We can do an e-check, and we can send wire transfers. So I really encourage you to look. I mean, it's not every day that these wonderful advances happen, but there's been some big ones this year, and we see this as helping you, but also as providing you with a reliable financial environment. Just to remind you that on the top right-hand corner of our website, there's 2 tabs. One that says ATM, where you can click and find out locations for the ATMs that belong to our network where you don't pay. There's over 30,000 of those currently. There's another one that says Shared Branch. These are places that are not our main office that you can go and do transactions like deposits and withdrawals and some payments. And those shared branches, there's 5,056 right now. So we encourage you to look at our website. Our technology committee and the staff and everybody, they're working very hard on that together with the people that are designing the programs for you. I would like to now say a really sincere word of thank you and gratitude to our volunteers. One of the things that makes credit unions, I believe, distinct is the active volunteerism. You know, a nonprofit, boards are usually volunteer boards, but this goes much deeper. This goes deeper into committees. It goes into focus groups. We get you to come to help us. So we want to thank all of you who have helped. The way that our credit union kind of structures this volunteerism is through a committee system, which if you read the annual report, you will see these that I'm going to mention. But we have some, I'd like to introduce now our board in connection with the committees that we're on. And each committee has up to 5 or 7 people on it, and they're all volunteers. So when I finish, we're going to give a round of applause, I'd like to ask, for all of the volunteers. Many of you sitting out here are part of that. The first committee is our Assets and Liabilities Committee, which is chaired by Jim Maxini, who is also the treasurer of the credit union, and Alex Figueroa is a board member, and he is on that committee also. The next committee is the Community Relations and Membership Committee. Ian Edwards is chair of that committee and is a board member, and I'm also on that committee. The Credit Committee, Anna Lemos chairs that this year, and Governance Committee is Laura Martinez, who is chair of that committee and is also secretary to the board. And also on that committee is Anna Chisman. The Human Capital Committee is chaired by Yaksiri Cutler. The Nominating Committee is chaired by Cynthia Miller. The Supervisory Committee is chaired by Oscar Harasik, and Lina Sevillano, a board member, is also on that. And our Technology Committee is chaired by Cecilia Martins. So I'd like to ask all of you to give a round of applause and thank you, not only to them, but all of you out here. Then there's some more that we want to thank. Our staff. The staff of our credit union, as I said before, we believe is kind of the value added, as well as the anchor that keeps this credit union being able to respond so quickly to your requests, your concerns, your happiness. And I'd like at this time to ask our wonderful staff to please stand so we can give them a round of applause. Please stand. Thank you very much, and I know Carlos is especially grateful for all the work that they do, but also it's more the human beings that they are. So thank you all very much. At this time, I'd like to conclude the chair's message and just say thank you very much to all of you for your participation. We hope you continue to participate, and we are here to serve you as best we can. Thank you all very much. At this time, we have some committee reports. I'd like to ask Anna Lemos if she would be so kind as to give the credit committee report.
Thank you. The credit committee meets weekly throughout the year to review credit applications and approve loans adhering to lending regulations and the credit union's loan policy. During 2012, During 2012, 1,936 loans were disbursed for a total amount of $31,533,490. As of December 31st, 2012, the outstanding loan portfolio represents $191,389,782, a net increase of $1,180,716 when compared to December 2011. The U.S. economy has improved in the past year, but we remain cautious about the durability of the recovery, with so many intangibles and possible threats. Consumer and business confidence could easily fade. Even with the economic recovery underway, many families still continue to struggle to pay their mortgages and how college expenses will fit into the family budget. Therefore, the Credit Committee will follow the situation closely and make sound recommendations for changes in our policies and procedures. During the past year, the Credit Committee, in conjunction with management, has continued to make recommendations for modification in our lending policies and procedures to better serve the financial needs of all of our members. These include lending promotions, develop special lending programs, and new programs as well, such as the private student loan program. The members of the Credit Committee are proud to volunteer in our not-for-profit cooperative and ensure that the credit union will continue to provide reliable financial services of the highest quality and delivering personalized solutions for you and your family worldwide, always maintaining the principles and philosophy of the credit union movement. We appreciate and thank each of the staff member and each past, current, and future volunteer for their service. On behalf of the Credit Committee, we thank you for your support. Thanks.
Thank you, Anna. I'd like to introduce our treasurer, Jim Maxini, who will give the treasurer's report. Jim? It's your turn. Jim? Yes.
I think I'm close enough. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Jim Maxini. I'm the treasurer of ALCO, as Casey said a minute ago. I want to thank everybody for coming today and welcome those who are watching on the internet. I'm going to be very brief, so please hang on every word because I'm not going to repeat anything. I'm pleased to report that the credit union had a more than successful year in 2012, where our profitability increased by more than $300,000, or 77% from 2011. Despite, again, being saddled by our stabilization fee, which is a result of the financial meltdown a few years ago, where several corporate credit unions went belly up, and we regular credit unions are paying for all that, but we're surviving nevertheless. I'm happy to say that those fees now are moderating, and we expect to have them eliminated probably within a few years. In addition, the credit union continues to grow, both in terms of assets, deposits, and loans, although the loan increase is only negligible. And I want to repeat something I said a year ago. If anyone in the credit union needs a loan, please don't borrow elsewhere until you check with us, because I think it will be to your benefit and it will be to our benefit too, and we would appreciate that. The other good news is our equity. Our net worth of our organization has increased by almost $1 million this past year, and we look forward to a great year this year. For the first 4 months of this year, our income is up by more than 30% from a year ago, so we're off to a good start. In a few minutes, you'll hear from our independent accountant, Mr. De Leon, and I don't expect him to contradict anything I've said. And thank you again.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that. But before Mr. De Leon, we would like to ask Oscar Harrisik, who is the chair of our supervisory committee, kind of our internal control committee, to speak with you.
Thank you, Casey. Good morning to everybody. it's a great pleasure on behalf of the Supervisory Committee to address this audience following the regulations that establish the Federal Credit Union Act that guide us to serve as a vigilant or watchdog for our members in our credit union. In this context, the committee inspects the credit union assets and also we verify all the procedures and internal controls are in compliance. We also are certain that annual audits are conducted, and we assure that the findings of the audits are discussed by our board of directors and the appropriate changes are implemented by them. The committee also oversees periodic members' account verifications and responds to their complaints. The committee is also pleased to report, like our treasurer said, that the external firm CPA de Leon and Stan concluded its 12,000 annual audit of our credit union operations on the members' accounts and concluded that our credit union continued to be in solid financial and operational condition. The National Credit Union Administration also conducted the federal audit, and in their examination they made some recommendations to minimize our exposure to interest rates, risk, and reinforce our compliance with current regulation. In addition, another 2 external audits were conducted, one of our ACH, Automatic Payment and Credit System, another our BSA, it's the Bank Secrecy Act, and both were in compliance. During the past year, compliance and security challenges continued to grow, and the committee responded accordingly by developing procedures to be involved and vigilant. First, I would like to mention that we established an email account for all the members to address directly to the committee if they have any concern or complaint. Second, the committee members attended meetings with other committees to reinforce the communication among committees and see what are their main issues. Third, the committee was fully engaged during the successful transition to the new information platform, that was created in 2012. And fourth, we participate in the new strategic plan that is for 2014-2018. As we embark in the next 50 years and beyond, our responsibilities continue to grow as the number and complexity of the services increase. Issues of compliance with the various and changing federal regulations will require today more than ever dedicated efforts to maintain up-to-date and to meet all regulatory requirements. Also, as services become more reliant on technology, the concern of fraud will continue, and we are doing our efforts to coordinate with management some seminars of orientation for our members to try to avoid and orient them on the issue of fraud. The Supervisory Committee will continue to do its maximum effort to fulfill its responsibility as a watchdog and to provide a safe environment for all the members. Finally, I would like to express on the behalf of the committee that it was a privilege to serve our members. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Board of Directors for the trust placed in our committee, and also I would like to thank the management and the credit union staff for their continued support to facilitate our work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Oscar. Now I'd like to introduce to you Helen de Leon from de Leon & Stang, who is our external auditor, and he will make a presentation to you about the situation or condition of our financial life. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. First, I'd like to congratulate you guys on 50-year anniversary. That's really quite an accomplishment. My name is Alan DeLeon, and I'm with DeLeon and Stang, a CPA firm, and we've conducted the audit for the credit union for 2012. So I'm pleased to report that the credit union has once again a clean opinion for the 2012 financial statements. You've already heard from the treasurer and the chairman of the supervisory committee. The credit union's assets have grown from about $151 million to about $154 million, and most of that was loan growth, so that was a very positive trend. And your earnings this year were approximately $330,000, and that was up from $186,000. And as you heard from your treasurer, that was helped partly due to lower costs for your corporate stabilization fund contribution. In terms of internal controls, we did look at the internal controls during the audit, and we have no material weaknesses or control deficiencies to report. So it was a clean audit, and we're very pleased with the condition of the credit union's financial records. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. And again, thanks to management and staff for that, too. Appreciate the long hours. That concludes our reports. I'd like to now open it for new business. We have on the agenda mobile banking apps. So is there something you're going to do with that now?
Thank you, Casey. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our 50th annual meeting. You all received a nice brochure when you came in. Can you please pull it up? And there you go, good. Now, we have just added a new app for our mobile banking to be able to serve our Android users. So right now we have the Apple and the Android. But I do like to go beyond that and make a reference to this pretty brochure that was put together. And we very proudly let you know that, if you have not already heard, that we belong to an ATM network nationwide on the Co-op logo, with over 30,000 ATMs free of charge to you. And those ATMs are located throughout the country and in some other countries as well. Please visit our webpage, and you can get an idea of the ATMs that are closer to you just by entering your zip codes. So it's about 30,000. The closest, as far as the banking networks, is Chase with 18,000. So you don't have to be scrambling for cash at any cost. So all the ATMs are available to you. We're also members of the Co-op network for share branches. These branches provide services to you where you can deposit, withdraw funds, make transfers. We have roughly 5,000 branches throughout the country in many airports. For instance, the Miami airport's a branch. So you or your family members all you have to do is enter the zip code on our webpage, and all the branches that are available to you will come up. Last year, or in the last 12 months, we have launched an upgraded online home banking service, which is very friendly. It allows you to do quite a few transactions online, including wire transfers nationally and internationally. So please visit that, and you can take advantage of that service. And of course, the last one on this column, it's our mobile application with 2 apps already online. So if you have any questions, we're always available at the credit union to answer or to entertain any suggestions or recommendations you may have. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos. And a few of us up here at the table didn't get one of those pieces of paper, so I'm glad you mentioned that. We will on the way out. Okay, thank you. At this time, I'd like to ask that Beverly Wharton Lake make the report for the nomination committee. Beverly.
Thank you, Casey, and good morning, everyone. On behalf of Ms. Cynthia Miller, the chair of the nominating committee of the OAS Staff Federal Credit Union, I'm pleased to provide a very brief report on the work of the committee. The members of the nominating committee comprise of our chair, Cynthia Miller, who is currently out of office and unable to be with us today, Milagros Jimenez, Fanny Morejon, Katia Eterovic, Claudia Eraso, our associate volunteer, and Jose Pedro Ravel, and myself, Beverly Wharton Lake. I would like to ask all of the members of the nominating committee to stand up so that we can acknowledge their role in securing a wonderful group of elected officials and volunteers. We are always looking for additional talent, so please feel free to approach any of us if you're interested in volunteering to make our credit union a continuing success. I'm not sure if any of them are around, but if you can stand up, I'll appreciate it. The role of the nominating committee is to lead the recruitment for the board of directors and credit committee, as well as develop recruitment strategy for the volunteers who serve on the various governance bodies of the credit union. In preparation for the current election cycle, the nominating committee began its work in October 2012 in accordance with the guidelines of the National Credit Union Association, NCUA. After periods of intense communication with several potential candidates, the committee presented to the board of directors the following candidates. For the board of directors, Sarah Davidson, Ian Edwards, David Rojas, and Casey Suarez. For the credit committee, Joel Andrews, Beatriz Pineres, Adriana Rojas. The nominating committee is humbled by the work entrusted to us and are happy to be a part of the credit union family with its core values of financial stability, member service excellence, caring team, trustworthy and reliable environment. We thank you for all that you do to make this our credit union. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Beverly, and thank you to your committee. We appreciate that. I'd like to now ask that Oscar Harrisig, who is the chair of the supervisory committee, present you with the election results.
Thank you, Casey. On behalf of the Supervisory Committee, I had the pleasure to present the election results that were provided by the Credit Union Executive Society, the CUS. This year there were 3 vacancies for the Board of Directors and 2 vacancies for the Credit Committee. The person elected according to the number of votes in first place was Casey Suarez. In second place, Ian Edwards, and in the third place, David Andres Rojas for the Board of Directors. And the candidate... And for the Credit Committee, there were 2 places, and the persons elected are Beatriz Piñeres and Joel Andrews. I would like to report that this year there was an increase from last year in the percentage of members voting, that this year were 28% compared to 23% members that voted last year. So, thank you.
Thank you, Oscar, and also thank you to all the members that voted. Your voting is part of our process, our democratic and participatory process here in the credit union. So we all appreciate your being involved, and we're very, very happy about that. I'd like to now ask that Carlos Calderon, our CEO, take the next section of the program, which is a section on door prizes and other good things. Thank you all very, very much for your.
Thank you, Casey. Well, this is probably the most fun part of the meeting. But before we get into the actual door prizes, we would like to announce all of the winners of the e-voting that was selected. Thank you. Those are the names. Anne-Marie Blackman, she won $500. Sheikh Rayat Insanali, $250. Maria D. Gonzalez, $250. Maria Andrade, $100. Cecilia Martins, $100. Christine Herrich, $100. Lydia Ugas Caro, $100. And Martha Abarca Monge, $100. So it does pay to vote. So look forward to vote next year. But don't vote too often. Okay, so now we can move into the door prizes. But before we do that, I would like to thank some of the folks that make this meeting possible. And the Department of de Gestión de Conferencias y Reuniones, they gave us all the support and they arranged this beautiful setting and the room, so I'd like to extend a round of applause to them. I have to also mention the Office of Protocol that also always makes it available and possible for us to hold our meetings here. So I'd like to extend a round of applause to them. There are some few of our staff members who worked very hard to put this together, such as Patricia Mercado coordinating the meeting, the agenda, all the details. Jose Rabel making it possible for us to get this all recorded and live streamed on the internet this year. He's taking some of his own time to do this. And we have, thank you. We got a great support from Ernesto Kosic, Judith Castillo, and Gabriel Gross as well. So thank you very much. And since I'm on the thank you road here, I'd like to thank all of the volunteers that spend their time day in, day out throughout the week and throughout months to make the credit union possible. Without the volunteers, we couldn't do what we do. And so I'd like to thank not only the board members, but every single committee member that has spent their time throughout the year. All they get is a sandwich once in a while. And you know, on top of that, they're not even eligible for the prizes here. So I'd like to thank. And of course, as Casey mentioned, we have a great staff. I'd like to thank every single one of our staff members for their dedication, commitment, and professionalism. Thank you. And last but not least, all of the members of the credit union. Without the members, we wouldn't be here. So thank you very much for your support, for your trust, and continue doing business with us. And now I would like to ask to find out who holds the oldest account here. Not the oldest person, but the oldest account of the credit union. I think maybe account number 47. I don't know. I don't know if there's any. Is there an account? Is there an account older than 47? No, that's. Can you stand up? No. There's. Oh, hold on. Jack City. Oh, there's the winner. Hey. Well, thank you very much for sticking with us and staying so loyal to the credit union. Well, now we can move into the actual raffling of the prices, the door prices. There's a couple of disclosures, of course, disclaimers. You have to be a member to win, and you have to be present. So, just want to make sure that was clear. And so having said that, I'm going to ask one of our guests, Amy, to come and pull the first number for us, please. But Amy's a member, so you cannot pull your own number here. Thank you. Thank you, Amy. Now, the process, how we're going to do this, is we call the number. If your number is called, then you have to select pick one of the 9 prizes that are there. All right? So everybody has an opportunity to get the grand prize. And the number is 780828. I'll go again, 780828. Okay, great. Okay, can you tell us your name?
Claudia Ramos.
Gracias, Claudia. Now you have to pick one of the 9 prizes there. Which one would it be? That's 2. There you go. It's an espresso machine. Thank you. Please stop by the credit union tomorrow to pick it up. Thank you. Can you, excuse me, Claudia? Can you please pick the next winner? Okay. Thank you. And the number is 780783. Silvia?
Lo canté.
780783. Okay, you know the routine.
La rueda de la fortuna.
8. Okay. Sylvia Roth. A Kindle Fire, high definition. Please stop by the credit union tomorrow to pick it up. Oh, Sylvia. Okay. The number is 780808. Oh. Okay, 780808. Yes, okay. Number 4. Number 4. Congratulations. Please stop by the credit union to pick up the prize tomorrow. Gracias. Okay. Thank you. This number is 780-737. Claudia, felicidades. 780-737.
El 6. 6.
6. Felicidades. Pasa por la cooperativa mañana. Saca un número. Gracias. Next number, 780-874. Felicidades. All right, 780-874. Now you know the routine.
Number 3.
Number 3. ¿Eh? Felicidades, saca un número, por favor, no te vayas. Gracias. Number is 78. Oh, okay. 780-824. Seven eight zero 824. Berta, felicidades. 780-824. Now you can choose.
9.
Number 9, $200. Pasa por la cooperativa mañana. Saca un número, no te vayas. Gracias. This number is 780-794. Felicidades. Okay.
Número 7.
$50. Espera. Fue. Thank you. Okay, this number is 780-868.
Quiero ver si...
780-868.
Gracias.
1. A Galaxy Tablet. Felicidades. Pasa por la cooperativa mañana para que te traigan el regalo. El premio. Sí. Muy bien. And this is the last one. Gracias. And the number is 780862. 862. Okay, we have a winner. ¿Vale? Felicidades. You can choose one now. That concludes the door prizes, and here's KC to give us the words of wisdom.
I'd like to again thank all of you for coming and officially adjourn our 50th annual meeting. Thank you very much for being here.